Hi, if you've ever experienced church hurt, it can feel like a betrayal on a level like no other. Hi, my name is Olivia, and I'm passionate about helping you understand what relational trauma is so that you can heal and grow and move on with your life. Today, everything is coming from the faith-based relationship trust boundary model. I'll put a QR code on the screen, and there will be a link in the description for the book as well. So if you've ever had church hurt or feel what you felt as betrayal within the church body, it really is a hurt on a whole nother level. And part of that is because we are vulnerable in that dynamic or in that area, in those situations and circumstances, not like we're vulnerable in others. I mean, when you're asking someone to pray for you, you're praying with someone else, you're worshiping with someone, you're next to someone who's worshiping, you just feel such a bond within the body. And so you get really vulnerable. And so if we're looking at the faith-based relationship trust boundary model, you can see a whole bunch of relationships that are represented here. And, it's important, even as a Christian, to have varying degrees of relationships with different individuals that we meet based on the amount of trust we've built with them. So when you walk into a church, even for the very first time, you're already, for the most part, allowing people to be closer to you than you would if you walked into, say, a stadium. So physically, you may be just as close as someone you sit next to at a baseball game, but emotionally, we are much more open and fluid with other fellow believers than we would be with someone we're sitting next to at a stadium. You already feel a shared level of trust and a shared level of mutual respect because it's understood we're sharing a belief, we're following the same rules, you're reading the same book as me, you're trying to do the same things as me, you're having similar struggles as me, and there's a different level of trust. We are family because we all belong to this body, and God is our Father. And so if you look at the faith-based relationship trust boundary model, family is way closer than like acquaintance or stranger or coworker. So already with strangers, we tend to let them get much closer, much more quickly. Let's just say that much more quickly than someone who we wouldn't meet at church. So when you feel a betrayal, when there is a misunderstanding, when someone just straight up betrays you or you betray someone else, there is a different level of hurt that you can experience. And this is where it's important to understand I'm very vulnerable in this setting, and I need to understand this is still a person. This is a human. They are not perfect. They are not, walking this thing out perfectly, just like I myself am not walking it out perfectly. So part of it is sort of like understanding that perspective of, oh, I'm super vulnerable here. These are the things I've shared. These are the things that I'm thinking because it's a fellow believer, and this is why it hurts so bad. And the only reason it's good to put that into perspective is so that hurt doesn't go all the way down to like the marrow and the bone, because again, it's another person. So the other thing is, if you're starting a new church, it's always good to understand, I don't know these people. I'm hoping it's like a family. We're supposed to be family. I'm hoping I can trust as much as I could trust trustworthy family members. But at the end of the day, I still don't know these people. So yes, I still want to worship. I still want to ask for prayer. But also, I want to be mindful that I don't totally know these people. And so it's not like saying, don't trust fellow Christians. It's saying still guard your heart to a degree, right? Still have an understanding that no one gets more trust than God. So if I find I'm putting more trust in anyone over God, I'm always going to start to have problems because these people are not God. They are my brothers and sisters in Christ, which means I'm going to probably experience wrongdoings. Look at Paul and Barnabas. I'm going to experience disagreements. There are going to be times when I don't feel like they have my back, or I wish they would do something different. I would prefer they act a different way. At the end of the day, it's important to understand these are still people, and I can be vulnerable. Yes, the hope is that they are trustworthy, but again, they're not getting more of my trust than God. I'm not listening to them more than I'm trying to hear from God. I'm not so focused on pleasing them or spending time with them more than I am with God. It's when we kind of switch that up, that's when we really start to have problems. And when church hurt can go super deep and go super straight to the core. So it doesn't mean, you know, the end of the world. It doesn't mean you have to leave. It may mean that you need to find a new church. It really just depends. But if we're following that, you know, in what it says in Matthew, to go talk to them first and then take a couple people and then go to the church. And if then still not resolved and they're still not willing to look at what it is they've done, then they're to you like a tax collector, right? So that just means, or a pagan. So you're just like, okay, I guess we're not eating together. We're not fellowshipping together. We're not doing anything of those things anymore together. And that could be for a period of time. That could be indefinitely. It really just depends. But for sure, we are supposed to address it and we are supposed to try to have a conversation. But again, you know, not everyone went up on the mountain with Jesus during the transfiguration, right? And so it's not that everyone within the body is going to be equally as close to you. It's just not going to be that way. And I think outside of a church body, that's where we experience similar pain, maybe not as to that extent, but we don't want to have the same type of relationships with everyone. Some people are going to be closer to us because they've built more trust with us, and that's who we can be more vulnerable with within the body. And I know it could still happen, but then it's having that perspective of, okay, well, you're not God. I need to be giving more to God than I am to you. And I understand you fell short. You did this. I want to have a conversation with you. And I need to not put you on the pedestal that I place God on just because you're in the church or just because you have a role within the church. It's still a person. And I think that also helps us to not have church hurt just completely take us out, right? So we can experience it, we can deal with it, we can address it, we can still follow God and move forward. Instead of, well, now this happened and there goes all my faith, because if you could betray me, then maybe it's, you know, excuse me, if you could betray me, then maybe this is how this all is, right? Instead of putting it perspective of, this is a human being, this is a person. They're also trying to walk this very thing out that I'm trying to walk out and not always doing perfectly well in. So hopefully you can understand different varying degrees of relationships within the body. Don't ever put anyone in the body above God. God always stays first. And remember, I'll put a card to the last video, but part of how you can kind of check yourself is to know that you are giving God the most. No one's getting more from you than what you're sharing with God. So you're telling God the most, and you're sharing the deepest, darkest, most precious, most valuable things with him more than anyone else. So if you find that you're starting to slip and now you're really trying to get someone's approval, or you're really trying to live out a way that you think they're going to approve of or appreciate or give you, you know, credit for or pats on the back for, then it's like, no, I gotta shift my focus here, because if I start doing that, then I also run the risk that I'm gonna get really hurt. So it's not saying be super guarded, be scared to be vulnerable. It's saying, no, have varying degrees of relationships, be super close with the ones who've earned the most trust from you, and still never put anyone on the same level as God. So you can find all of that and more from the Faith-Based Relationship Trust Boundary Model. I'll put some more videos on the screen that you can go and learn more about relational trauma. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next one.